Hi guys, it's me Marie. Today I am paper piecing. If you are wondering what it is or you want to learn, keep watching. I will put the link at the description box for you where you can get this pattern. She has tons of beautiful ones, so make sure to check it out. I was thinking of people that don't know what paper piecing is or want to learn on how to. So I chose this one because it is intermediate, but has a lot of places where I can show you that you know how it works. And I'm sure that when you know how it works, you'll get it and you are going to fall in love with paper piecing. You have to have a little bit of patience, but you'll love it. So the only places that I find that are a little bit more tricky are the eyes, you know, because you have a lot of little pieces in there. But it's a beautiful one, and I mean, who doesn't love a cat that have a cup of coffee? I mean, this is just too cute. Okay, so the first thing that you do, of course, you are going to print out your pattern. I printed in regular copy paper, but you have special paper piecing papers where you can print it out. They're thinner, easy to tear, but I don't have any problems with the regular one, so I use the regular one. Okay, when you print it out, you have in one of the pages, you have a measurement that says 2 inches. And every pattern is different. You can have 1 or 2 or whatever. That is just only so you can check that you print the pattern at the right size. So what you do, you just measure. This says 2 inches and there is 2 inches. So that's right. So then you know that your pattern is the right size. The next thing that I do is choosing the colors and the fabrics that I want to use. So you have another one, you have several where you can see the patterns, but I print out this one. And then I can see the colors that she uses. So you can see, okay, this white is the cat, of course. And of course, you can make any color cat you want. So I chose to leave it white. Then I chose this color here as the background. So I put a little bit of a So I put a piece of my fabric there so I can go and check back. This is the white. Then the number 3 is this beautiful pink, and that will be the shawl here, and so on. This is the glasses, and you have here different kinds of blues, so you have to see which blues you want, the grays, the black, and so forth. So you just see whatever colors you want to have, put them here, and then you'll know when you have this when you're doing the patterns which one is what. So on the pattern you have like a little square, and not every pattern is like this, because some patterns have other but the principle is the same, so you have just to figure out what the artist is showing you or what relates to what. But here you have these little squares, and she made it easy because you can see the colors here are the colors that she put on the color what she was using. So first one, as you can see, is like this orange, because this is the orange, you see. So it's easy, but don't get confused, because sometimes we get confused, and believe me, I confused myself a few times. That don't look at the square as the numbers, that because in paper piecing you have to follow the numbers. It's like a coloring with numbers, or making a puzzle. You know, you have to follow, so step by step. So like here I have this, the F is just where it's going to go on here later when you assemble. So here you have 1, 2, and 3. So that's the order that you are going to get your fabrics on, and I'll show you by the sewing machine in a bit. So I just want to get, because here my camera is better for you to see it, so that's why I'm just explaining here, but I will explain again when I'm sewing. But like the first piece that you get on, and you have to remember that you're sewing from this side where you see the lines, and the fabrics are going to be at the back of the paper. Okay, so when, like here, number 1 is the white, because number 1 is the first one I have to get, and here says number 2 in the square. That means that is this fabric, so this is the white. So I get a piece of, and I don't pre-cut my fabrics. I just take the colors that I want, and then I see how big or whatnot the piece is, and then I cut. I find it easier. Some people like to cut straps first, but I think that could be a little bit of more work, and we want to be fast, and we want to just get it done. Okay, not because we are in a hurry, but you know, we want to see it done. Like, wow, look at the cat, you know what I mean? So I'm looking for a piece like that, perfect, that fits that shape. Okay, but because it's the first one, I have to put it at the back, and this one is white, so it doesn't matter which side I get it on. But if you have like a printed one, let's say you have something like this, you have the first one, you have to put it right side up, because that's the way it's going to be. But if your next one is also printed, you have to put right sides together, because where you sew, that's going to go like that. So, you know, but I explained better over there, but you know, this is where you can see it better. So, right side up, and I use a little bit of glue on that, just that first one, and make sure that it's covering the space and the seam allowance. So this stipple line, that's the seam allowance. Alright, I always cut it a little bit more if I can, because sometimes you can't, but you know, have enough. So this is enough for that one. And then I'm seeing that my second one, that is this number 2, is my background, because the square is orange. That is that one. So this is my second one. And let me see a piece that is, and I'm like, all right. Okay, so what I do is I make sure that I know where the line is, and the easiest thing to do is to fold a little bit that line like that, so you can see, there's the line. And always, and this happens to me still, that I think like, oh, okay, like that. But then when I have to flip it, oh dear, that's not the way it's supposed to go. So when you are doing this first one, you are going to put your fabric to the one that you already laid down. So like this, and of course a little bit of room because you want that seam allowance. And then you're gonna flip it like that, and you are going to sew this line. Alright, this line, that is the line for the number 2. Number 1 doesn't have lines, so this is number 2. You are going to do this, sew that one, and then you flip it, and it will be the way it's supposed to be. I have 2 more to show you by the sewing machine, and I hope you understand, and I hope that I can film it good, that you can see, because it's a little bit tricky with the cameras, you know, but I'll do my best. And so let's get sewing. Alright, so like I said, and I always get the stitches smaller, so at my machine is 1.5, the regular one is 2.5, so just so I can tear the paper much easier, because it's perforated, of course. Alright, what am I doing? Okay, so I hope you can see, this is what I show you, this one. Then I'm going to flip it, and I have a big toe, so I can see the line, and there we go. I always backstitch a little bit in the beginning and the end. You don't have to, I think, but it makes me feel better, especially when they are very, very small ones. So that's one done. Clip it. And open it up. I always finger press. There are people that like to iron every step. I don't, but if you like, you can. Alright, so that's the one step. And you know, if you are going to be doing this like over and over, you don't want a bulky thing under there. So what you need to do is just get your paper out of the way. Yeah, get your scissors and get that piece that comes out of the 1/4 inch, or if you have very, very small things like in the eyes, you can make this seam allowance a little bit smaller, because otherwise it's going to be very, very bulky. But you know, and there are people also that like to cut this with a ruler, and but I don't. I mean, why make it much, you know, difficult for us? Just make sure that you are just cutting that, and that's okay. So that's that. Okay, so now we are to number 3. Number 3, oh, so number 3 is also background. All right, so get another piece that I think that, see, this is not gonna work, and this could work, so I'm going to use that. And again, I have my line, and I just make a crease so I can see. And this is the way that we started with. There is where my is going to go. And a tip for you, if you are not sure, like, is this big enough, or just put it where it's going to be and just fold it and see, like, yeah, okay, that's good, you know. All right, let's do this. Put it on top, hold it good, and let's do this. All right. Okay, so flip it, finger press it, and before I cut the edges here, I do press it, because sometimes, you know, you just want it to be flat, very flat, before you are going to cut those spaces. So there we go. Get the paper out of the way, and you do this every time. And these pieces, maybe you can use it for a smaller piece. And that is the beauty of paper piecing. You can just use all your scraps. It's wonderful. So there we go. And this one is done. I'm going to show you how to cut it. And then I have 2 more to do. And or maybe I just do it. Let's just do that. Let's do these 2, and then we iron them all together and cut it all together. Okay, so this one, also 3. The first one is the purple one, so that's the scarf, number 3, and that is my pinkish. This is not enough, so I'll just cut a little bit of a piece. And excuse that, I don't know, I just need a better placement of cameras. I don't know where to do it, but I'll do my best. So number 1 is this one, so that means that I just get a little bit of glue on there, and my fabric is going to go right side up, don't forget. That's number 1. Number 2 and 3 are also background. So let's see what I have here. This one, perfect. So I just get my paper, see where the line is, I make a crease, and this side, this have to go that way, so we put it to this way. And I don't know, this is, I think it's good, because it's a triangle, I have to be careful. So let's try that. Alrighty. Okay, I'm going to check if good enough. Get your paper out of the way. Cut that. Back. And we go on. Number 3 is the same one. That's what we do, right? Okay. So number 3, just get this and crease it. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So crease it, and this is the way that you started with. That's the side you're going to put your fabric on. Right sides together, flip it, and okay. So those 3 are done. So let's do the last one. Well, that I'm going to show you because I have been working on it. I have all the pieces done over there because we are going to assemble so you can see how that is done. Number 1 is the pink one. So let's see if I have a nice piece. Yes, I do. Nice. Just get the right side and we glue it to the back, right side up, because it's the first one. Only the first one you do right side up. Okay, so that's that. And if you're not sure, you can use that light and get it like this. Oh yeah, it covers the whole thing. So double check. Number 2 is this one that is the gray. Yes, we have gray. So I cut a piece. Big enough. I'll just come here and crease it like that so I can see it. And this is the number 1, so you put it on top of that. Okay, and I know happens to me too. Sometimes I'm just thinking of I don't know what, and I do it wrong, and then I have to pick all those stitches. And remember, there are 1.5 stitches, so I know it happens because it happens to me too. But if it happens to you, be very careful because you don't want that paper to tear either. So it's a pain, but you can do it. But better to pay attention. But if it happens, it's not the end of the world. It happens to all of us. So 3 pieces that I just did. Okay. Make sure they are all nice and flat and nothing is bended or folded or whatnot. Alright, so to cut, get your ruler, and I always get the 1/4 inch line on that solid line, and that's of course the 1/4 inch, and just go and you go all around it. And no, the blade is not going to get dull because you're cutting paper. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. You can cut it. So that's nice. Nice cut, and this is the block, or yeah. Here all the pieces, and you should just put them this way because you need to see the numbers. And it is in reverse when you're printing it, like this is in reverse, but it's the same way that is this, so it's easy to place on the places. But you know, when you flip it, what is here is gonna be here. You know what I mean? I hope you do. Okay, so I'm going to put it aside because I need this space. But so I know these are the glasses, the eyes, so just put it there. And the ears, I know that too. This is also an ear. Okay, so let's do that. Let's start with these glasses. The G, let me see, C. Yeah, the C is this one, this, and the I is this side. Okay. And then the B. Beep, 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 beep. And B, where? Yeah. Where are you? This is J, this is K, B. There is the B. It goes there somewhere. And then I have H, that is this. So I print this out, and as you can see, you can see it like that. So all of this part going to go together. And all of these parts. So you have to assemble this part with this part, but as you can see, this part has this, that. So first, before you do this, of course, you have to assemble this. This one is just one part. These are two, so these two have to go together before, and this is one. So this one is just, oops, we go this way because this is the right way. See? Mirror image. So the G is just a hole. Then we have this. That is the G. I mean the H, J. And so this goes first, then goes this, and on that. Alright, so you have to get these colors together, bump them up, like that. I'm going to sew this part. I base stitch because I don't know if it's going to be right when I open it up. H1 and 2. I think so. And if you're not really, go to the other part and check. See, that's like this thing here going on. So that's how it's supposed to be. So we're good. And because we're good, then I go back and get the 1.5 stitches in, and so on and so on. Alright? This last piece here, I had to take it out, print it again, and because it didn't fit. You see this glue edge part. Normally you just put this on that, you know, like on top of each other, what it says glue edge. But if you do that, as you can see, you're just too large. So I have to wiggle it and find how long. And so if you are going to do this pattern, just keep in mind this, because this is not going to fit if you put it on top. So I don't know if you can see how much off it is, but be mindful because it's gonna mess up the cup right here. It's gonna go all over the place, and that is not fun. So now I'm going to get these two together and it will be done. All right. This is finished, as you can see. Now, the paper. What do we do with it? Check it out. So that's finished, and you can see ears are nice, everything. I do have a mistake, or mistake, but I'm not gonna tell you, because if you can't see it, what's the point? But this hair is like saying hello. It's like the whole day bugging me. Okay, so now the paper. So what I do, I just get my, this is my ripper, but with the stiletto thingy. And I mean, if it is, and I get my kid to do it too. And just tear it like that. It's fun. You can do this watching TV or something. Like that. So this is ready and it's gorgeous and I love it. It's a 12 by 12 block, and so this is paper piecing, and I hope that you understood how it works. I hope that you have fun with it, and let me know how you find um, paper piecing, because I love it and I hope you love it too. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye bye.